Hello, this is Black Panther Boxing. This is just doing a prediction for the Jorge Linares versus Anthony Crolla rematch this Saturday night. When I watched the first fight, I thought it was a convincing win for Jorge Linares, and when I watched it and I heard Adam Smith say at the end of the fight, "Oh, wouldn't you love to see a rematch?" And I thought, not really. And even the other commentators, I can't remember who they were at the time, they were a bit like, they went a bit quiet. It's a fight that, is not necessary. However, I'm a big fan of Anthony Crolla. I think he's a lovely lad. I think he's a brilliant, a real nice guy of boxing, and he deserves another payday. And he's got to punch his chance in this fight. I think it was a convincing win by Linares, and if he's anywhere near as good as he was in that fight, he'll win just as convincingly, maybe even more so. If Anthony Crolla has the fight of his life, then he may come away with a win. But really, I only see this going one way. Linares by points or late stoppage. I think Crolla can maybe, push, get some body shots in. Because he was boxing well at points in the Linares fight, and he was pushing Linares back. And I thought, here we go. This was in the middle rounds, and then Linares came out, I think, late on in the fight, and he just completely put that to bed. Started throwing some big shots, completely outboxing him. And at that point, you knew that Linares was going to get the decision. The only other thing I can think of is, if Crolla gets loses by 1 or 2 rounds, gets a hometown decision, go for a third fight. There's a possibility. Even if Crolla loses, he's still got possibilities of other big fights out there. But really, it's, the winner goes on from here to fight the Mikey Garcia, Terry Flanagan's. I don't see Crolla fighting Flanagan if he loses. It's a possibility, but I think Flanagan really is a step above that. He can't be fighting guys that have been beaten at world level. He needs to be looking for the unifications, especially after his Petrov fight, but that's another topic. I think Linares will win this easy. Crolla's got a puncher's chance and a hometown decision chance, and he's got great work ethic. And I know a lot of people slag off Joe Gallagher, but he does come out with some good tactics, and I'd like to see his approach to the fight. He tucks up nicely, defends himself nicely, he rolls under shots well. But Linares is a superior boxer. He showed that in the first fight. This fight isn't necessary for me. However, I like Crolla, and I like to see the fight, and it was entertaining last fight. So hopefully it'll be as entertaining this time round. And some, debut from Lawrence Okoli. I've been looking forward to seeing him. I followed him for a lot of years now. I'd like to see how he gets on in his debut. Obviously, he'll probably come off with an easy win. He's very, very tall. Cruiserweight, bright future ahead of him. Looks strong. We'll have to wait and see though. It should be a good fight, exciting fight. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, the Brian Rose fight as well on the undercard. Should be entertaining while for the good undercard fight. But the main event, I think, a one-sided fight. We'll have to see what happens. I'm picking Linares to win, and I think that's then moves on. Linares, versus Mikey Garcia or Terry Flanagan. They're massive fights. Linares is top quality, Mikey Garcia top quality, or even Terry Flanagan, who I rate very highly. One of those fights would be brilliant to see. But he has to go past Crolla this weekend, and if he does get robbed, let's say, or he does get stopped, are we going to see a third fight? We'll have to wait and see.